You get hung up in traffic and it's on
Uh-huh.
you don't read
Started.
all right.
It's okay. It's good. I'm just gonna run for a little bit.
The traffic went to a halt.
Why don't I just like stick my hand in there?
So we got here. Construction, traffic. We're learning it.
Yep.
And it's gonna come up in bad weather one of these days. We're gonna see how that goes.
That's what I do. I'll pull
That's
off.
what I'm more scared about than anything.
At least they're hot.
Then I pull off. Back in there.
The kids are pretty good. I ain't got no complaints with them. Yeah, some of them have their phone.
That's only you gotta watch your step.
Because if she doesn't ride, then you just turn here, you stop at this intersection, drop off that limbo. And then you turn right on to 59 and go into this
Yeah.
and drop off two kids there, drop off one kid there. And then you go on and it's not just John Walker there.
Then you grow up.
I know, when you think this is
I mean, we come in hit it west.
Yes, but we drop them off. Because I did that, and they were really sorry, so we dropped them off here. The first one,
Kids are standing on the Most of them did because they didn't want to wait on the other.
You were right. She's ready, she's not and then there's that 2-story gray house. House with the brown doors and those are
And these are all of you can stop on the highway and they cross the road.
my kids were so so I made plenty for you guys to have some too.
What kind of sickness have you guys got at your house?
Strep.
Strep? Oh, really? Man, I've had more kids throwing up. I've had 4 of them in the last 2 weeks. Ridiculous. It's the stupidest thing. I've never, honest to Pete, and I even gave one of them the trash can this morning and it was worse because it was everywhere. Then I had to clean the trash can.
You've had how many kids throw up?
4
Isn't that
in the last 3 weeks.
Oh, by the way, she did my NSDAC today. Because I had a new appointment that I could not get out of. So I called her. Yeah.
I didn't mind. So I've done 3 trips to Hutch. Friday,
We've had,
She knows her way.
I just put it on.
we've had 4 kids on antibiotics. Well, 3 kids being on antibiotics for strep 4 times.
Oh my word.
Yeah. Levi, Emerson had it, and then Levi got it, and then a week after he was off antibiotics, he got it again.
Oh my.
And now McKenna has it.
You knew what they had and the doctor wouldn't listen.
Twice.
Oh my.
Levi on Friday, and I said, he just got off antibiotics. I know it's strep again, and they said, well, we have to do the 24-hour culture because it can't do the rapid because he hasn't been off antibiotics long enough. So we had to wait 24 hours to get him antibiotics. And then I took McKenna on Sunday to immediate care, and they said, well, the rapid is negative. It's not strep. I bet it's viral. I said, I bet it's not. They called
Don't
me
tell
yesterday.
me.
No, they didn't call me until yesterday morning.
Oh Lord.
Oh my gosh, they didn't call you Monday.
Nope. I sent her basketball practice. We went to the dentist. She worked the concession stand at basketball games on Monday.
Holy crud.
Yeah. So sorry, people of Vandale and St. Mark's.
But you
You're
said
all
it's
now-
around anyway.
It's everywhere.
Well, they had to pick it up probably.
Well, this ought to be it. They ought to be good for a long time, huh? We hope.
Till they get a different strain.
Yeah. Always something. They're trickling in.
How'd it go yesterday?
But
Emma was on there.
The kids that never ride, right?
I
when there's
know.
a sub.
I just went on down there and I just turned and went right by her place.
I
was,
know. You know what? She's probably coming out.
Margie, you said the St. Joe bus? She's losing?
Yeah, that might be true.
Hey, Bonnie, is the St. Joe bus?
She didn't see me this morning. She picked up my North End getting
Yeah.
me.
Look behind me.
So, it
Hi,
could be,
Jenny.
Margie. Bonnie said it was. So, see,
Oh,
they
so
only get
just
it
two.
2 mornings a week. And no afternoons?
I've never seen it now.
They said they had another guy pass.
what?
Well, I know, I had a guy come the first day, and and that guy is coming, I think, coming to.
It's only for son. We didn't want to do it full time. You know, he just did it whenever they needed help.
Well, they need help.
Well, not on a regular basis.
Yeah, I talked to him. He was all excited about it. He was so nervous about his testing. He was like, I failed my pre-trip. And it's like, I failed this twice, 3 times. I don't know. Too many times.
So did Gene.
I'm surprised I passed my parking.
No, you did right good.
Then the curb got me.
Yeah, the very last ones.
I think they have a rule up there that they never pass anybody the first time.
I think so too.
I really do.
Oh, yeah, it's easy. No sweat. And I'm like, maybe like you, who is a mechanic, who knows everything about it, not me, who can barely point out the windshield wipers.
Well, and then I had one that passed his pre-inspection, but then he hit a curb, and he had driven a semi. And I was like, really? Come on, John.
Well, that corner though, that
They do that on
is
purpose.
tricky. Well, I was panicking about the stupid railroad and panicked so much about that that hit the curb.
Oh.
Cheer kept telling me, I kept wanting him to hit the truck like the bus. He said, no, it's just a pre-trip. He's like, how do you worry about the driving part? Oh, yeah? When he drove in, he hit a curb twice with me, you know, when we took him in there. He didn't know how to turn. I said, Gene, we were going to practice driving.
No. Well, today it is, Dick. They're the Douglas. Their Spirit Bus or whatever, their fancy tour bus. It went clear across. Up one side and down the other side on a curve. I'm like, you kidding me, right?
Wow. New driver?
I don't know.
I got the antibiotics away from
I squeezed between a bus and a car over at St. Mark's trying to get in, and Lucille had to tell me that I can't believe you made it through that. I was like, I had at least 2 foot on each side. It's funny, to you it's really not because of those mirrors. To you it don't seem all that much, but
Yeah.
the bystanders, holy smokes.
unless she wants to come back. Unless she wants to come back.
That's like when we were coming, went to Hutch today, Kirsten was sitting right behind me. And anyway, we were, there was a fellow that was chugging along about 35 miles an hour, so I went around him on 295th going up. Well, coming home, there was a truck loaded with soybeans, and he was trucking along, so I went around him, and she just looked up and said, gosh, she said, all those years I rode a bus, I never had anybody, pass anybody, but now I've seen it twice, and I'm like, well, we finally got buses that have got enough guts that we can pass.
Yeah. You gotta make sure you got lots of room though, because my bus takes forever.
I got mine now. Yes, dear.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Hello, Lisa.
I told Jan that. I said, you can thank Kenny for that. I said, it's so much nicer not having him up there. I know. This is bad.
Oh, I had to get on to Edgar today, under the seat, laying down. Food every time. Now I get to go home and I'll be like, haha, you guys have to make your own dinner. I already ate. I saw her a little bit. How are you? She never had a girly girl. Obviously, not that. She's got a girly girl, so they go to the nails and then their hair done, eyes are makeup. She's always
They said, no, we're staying with her.
You don't have got a clue what the heck they're doing.
I guess they took off.
Well, supposedly, now Lisa says they're supposed to get a quarter of beef. And I'm like, well, that's what you're doing. No, we're not. We're only supposed to get an eighth. Now they're getting a quarter instead of an eighth. I'm like,
Well, and with
why would they
them
even bother with an eighth?
cutting
So she wanted to know if we wanted some meat. And I'm like, no, not when it's going to
But I
do
always forget.
Not, I hate this, I don't like the way they do things, so I'm not gonna, I don't wanna. I said, if she needs some room, let me know, but they don't, like I say, they don't have a clue what they're doing, what they're getting. When you're saying split quarter, I was trying to explain to her what split quarter was, but it wasn't making any sense.
Alright guys, I'm gonna start.
Good.
Just because it's 5:20 and I'm supposed to have basketball practice at 6:30 and I don't think I'm gonna. So Pete's form. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Great.
Now we got the welcome part out of the way. You guys are doing awesome. I mean, Mindy today stopped me. I said, hey, we have a meeting tonight. Is there anything you want me to tell the drivers? And she said, just tell them that they are amazing. I mean, she's like, she notices, even when you guys come into the office, she's like, they're always smiling, they're talking, they're happy. You know, the buildings are happy, so she said, just keep on keeping on. So, again, we're not getting calls, not getting complaints, so we're doing something right. Other than the one I got, but we'll talk about that later. Birthdays this month, I think I got everybody. Lanisa, Carmen, you have a birthday this month? Yes?
Woo-hoo.
I don't have them anymore.
Rod has a birthday this month.
All right, no?
Annette has a birthday.
Well.
Had a birthday.
All right.
Yeah, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
School Bus Safety Week. Everybody had a good week?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was spoiled just a little bit.
Yeah.
No, they didn't know who to spoil.
Yeah. Poor Merge.
That's true.
I did get a
I
card
made
today.
You guys, I made this, I just took pictures of a lot of the projects, because I went around to all the buildings, and so I just kind of put some in a slideshow. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, you want me to drive?
You gotta turn the lights
Turn
off.
the light. I made a YouTube channel for anybody that is computer savvy enough. Switch it, Jimmy. Got the other one. And all the videos that some of the schools made, I uploaded to YouTube. So you can just search Renwick Transportation, and all those, you can watch all those videos if you want. They're still pretty cute ones. So, anyway, It's just a quick little of some of the projects and stuff.
Some of the spelling was a little off.
Yeah, it was.
This, but mine was spelled Joody.
They always turned all their drivers into superheroes, and that was cute.
That was a cute one. Yeah, that was a cute one. Yeah, it was cute. I like the Buster Bricks.
I like the no food.
Yeah.
You could tell we kind of.
We like broke their heart.
The no food on a bus was huge. That was a board game. It was really cute. And the big B-mellow on big yellow, that made me laugh.
That was cute. Oh my. Now, do all the schools in the district have their families, like the elementary does here?
I think so.
Do they? Okay.
St. Mark's is the only one I'm not sure on.
Frank, it's really cool because that's what, the families
Did
worked
this.
together, did those.
Yeah.
It was cute.
I kind of asked at the school when I was there how they felt, and everyone was like, that was awesome. It was good to get the kids involved. They felt like their families were talking more, as they were just trying to work stuff out with each other. So I don't know if you guys got any feedback from anybody
Yeah.
on how they felt it went.
Yeah, Jenny was really excited about it, and the kids, well, and some of the kids were too.
Yeah, so the videos were really cute, so if you have time to get on YouTube and look at them, they were really cute. I think it was a good week. So we'll see. The kids, I think, got a good glimpse, good reminder of all of our rules, and maybe they'll be better about following rules. The next thing is communication, especially with our weather. Getting into winter, we might have buses that don't start, hopefully not. Or bad weather. We need to make sure that we're staying in communication with our parents. That kind of falls on everybody. I mean, we put it out, I put it on Facebook, and we put it on Twitter, and we put it everywhere. But if you have a parent that maybe may not get that notification, don't be afraid to shoot them a text or call them and just say, hey, I didn't know if you heard, but there's no school today. I know we had incident, when was that, Kenny, a couple weeks ago? Kenny got stuck. One morning, he had some kids on the bus. He handled it like a professional. He called FD, he called me, and then they just started calling parents. Suzanne and Margie were great coming to rescue and run routes. I only had one parent call and rip me a new one. But I think it was more she was upset with her kid over something else, and so she just wanted somebody to yell at her, and it happened to be me. It was fine, and, but we gotta keep communicating with each other. You guys tell that's like my big thing, communicating. I try to tell my teenager that, but she hasn't quite gotten my message. Yeah, but, send those texts, hey, I might be running late tomorrow because of the weather. It's okay to text your parents, call them, or a group email, or just keep that open, because I think that's what's helping us not have all the phone calls in the office. The principals even are like, we don't ever get calls from parents about the bus. So that means you guys are doing a great job at communicating with your parents. And I try to communicate with you guys the best I can. Make sure you're talking to your principals, talking to your teachers. Hey, I've noticed this about Johnny when he gets on the bus in the morning. I just wanted to give you a heads up. That was a random name I picked out, okay?
You're right, Kenny, right?
Okay. So don't be afraid if you see something weird with one of your kids. By now you guys should kind of have an idea on how your kids you know, are in the mornings or in the afternoons. And it's okay to go to a principal or a teacher and say, something's not right. You know, sometimes we just kind of get that feeling in our guts that we know something is off. So you're part of that team that can notice that and report it to a principal, and they can, you know, hey, is everything going okay? You know, they'll check in with that student from time to time. So don't be afraid to do that. And same with discipline. I know Rod kind of came into a rough situation this year, taking over there and getting those kids whipped into shape, and I think they're doing much better at following the rules. I know at the end of the year last year, like the first 2 days, I was in the office and I got a call from a parent following Rod's bus. It wasn't Rod at the time, and the bus was just crazy, and so Rod kind of has got those kids to where they're following the rules and they're sitting, and I know the principal and the staff at college was grateful for that too. So that just all comes down to us keeping our communication moving. So, there you go. There was something else I was gonna put in there, I can't remember what it was. So it'll come back to me. I've had some people ask me about route reversals. I know sometimes we used to, at semester, run the route in reverse. My thoughts on that is, if it's gotta be a whole building. It can't be one person. You know, one person at St. Mark's can't say, hey, I'm gonna switch it at semester. It's either one of you or none, or all of you or none of you.
Do you switch versions?
Okay, because if one person reverses, and then other parents on other routes will be calling and saying, well, how come they got to reverse and we didn't? Remember, if you as a building do decide to reverse your routes, that means you're making all new maps. You can't just give me the same map and say, it's reversed, because subs are gonna say, I don't think so, when they get that map, and they're gonna run it the same way, okay? So, personally, I would advise against it. You know, next year you can reverse it. It'd be a lot easier for everyone. But if your building decides that that's what you want to do,
daycare on both ends.
Up to you. So, and if you do, but you do have to do new maps. Remember that. If anybody wants to reverse. All right, stop arms. This is like the huge thing now, right? When we are loading and unloading at the schools, we need to make sure that we don't have our stop arms out. I've had some discussions with some of the local police officers, and they're like, please remind your drivers that when they're unloading in front of the schools to not have their stop arms out. It just causes a backup, and we don't want any accidents. So just make sure that those aren't coming out when you're unloading at the schools. However, when we're out on our routes, and I know Ray, we kind of on Facebook kind of back and forth a little bit, but I talked to KSDE yesterday. I talked to Dennis at the bus safety unit, and I asked him, I said, can we kind of float in the middle? Or can we kind of angle, kind of block those things to make people stop? No, we cannot. I know. As amazing as that, I think that would be in some situations, if something were to happen, because when you block that lane, the people behind you may not be able to see that stop arm. Even though you got those red lights back there, they might not see that stop arm. And if somebody hits you and you're blocking both lanes of traffic, that's on you. So as much as I would love to tell you that, yes, let's try that in difficult spots where we have a problem, we can't. So it's a great idea. But I have some things, my head has just been spinning since all that, but he did inform me that there are some companies now that are looking for small school districts to put their side cameras on their buses, to try them out and work on it. So that's the next big project I'm gonna work on, is trying to maybe get in contact with some of those companies and see if they're interested in working with us. And you guys know what I'm talking about? The side cameras that will catch people. The problem, and this is what Dennis told me yesterday, the problem with the side cameras is they don't always catch a license plate. So you have the video evidence, but you might not always get that. And he
That's what
said
you really
sometimes you have, what they're finding now is our laws don't always match up with our technology. And so there isn't statutes and laws that follow along with that. So part of, if we go that route, part of that is getting someone to essentially write legislation to get, to get that all started. So I don't know if that's something that I can handle on my own, but that's what I have you guys for to help me. So, anyway, I'm gonna start digging, and I think it's something worth at least looking into, especially if somebody's willing to help us out, and if we help them out with some, I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that or not. The other thing I've seen is a company that makes, stop arms that go on the back of the bus, kinda like, but they're longer, and they stick out. Mr. Hatfield actually sent it to me. They are on the, not on the back, but toward the back end of the bus by the rear tires, and it goes out like a stop arm, and it's an extended stop arm, has the red lights and everything.
Goddard has
But-
some of those.
Yeah,
No, are you talking about that additional extended one?
mm-hmm,
Yeah, but they do have the second stop arm.
yeah, it's like an extended. So, I did get a couple of reports. I think Carol turned one in. Someone else turned one in. Is it you?
No, I can never catch
Was it
them.
you? It was you. Rod did. So I got a couple. I've sent them on, and Deputy Romero was very grateful. So, if only we could write them tickets instead of just send them a letter, that'd be amazing.
Did you, ever talk to Mrs. Marks about running my lights, showing out of the driveway?
Did she do it today? I will call her. I will try.
I called her.
You can call her and try. So,
Had something happen, pickup passed me, I met him, thought I was turning, I had my engine on, thought I was turning. And just west of St. Martin, and come to find out, he was in law.
oops.
Yeah. We still know who it is, but when,
Yeah, but all we can do is just keep reporting them. So, like he told us, employ your kids on your bus to look, to watch. So, until people just wake up. I mean, when Terrell called me and said I had a kindergartner and a second grader getting on my bus, and this car just blew right by. I mean,
then Dad was saying,
yeah.
yeah, I don't think that's a good deal either.
No, so the only other thing I'm thinking about is the possibility, and I don't know how you guys would feel about it, but if we could set up some sort of parent volunteer program where parents could volunteer to ride along on the bus. For multiple reasons. One, to be an extra set of eyes for you on the bus, with discipline or whatever, and also another set of eyes at each stop. You know, to where if we had a stop, I know we try not to pick up, you know, where they have to cross the road, but sometimes we just can't help it. But we could put that parent in a vest, and they could walk out, make sure it's safe for those kids to cross the road before they get on the bus. Or another set of eyes if someone runs your stoplight. I don't know how you guys would feel about having parents on your bus, but if they were willing to volunteer, I mean, obviously we can't pay,
I don't
but
have, I have room.
I got a baby seat they can sit in. That's about all the room I got.
well, and maybe then they would see what you do, you know? I mean, you guys are on buses with 50, 60, 70 kids, you know? So maybe they would think again before they called them. But I don't know if it's something I'm gonna talk to principals and just see if it's even something that people would be interested in. If we could even get volunteers to do it, if it's something we wanna pursue or not. But it would give you guys an extra set of eyes. Just a thought.
We're full now.
Full? Y'all gonna start taking some naps? I did get a
Talk fast.
call from a mom today about in the parking lot. Maybe we just need to be, I didn't really understand her whole story, cause she was, I don't know if she was yelling at me or if that's just the way she talks, you know? But when we're in the school parking lots, let's just make sure that we're aware of other cars. And especially like in the high schools, you know, the kids know to watch out for you, but sometimes the parents, when they come pick up their kids, they're not always paying attention to a major, huge, yellow vehicle at a school. So, let's just make sure that when we're in the parking lots and, I know we're all in a hurry, but let's make sure that we're not, she made it sound like she was like a blink away from death. Her and her children, which I wasn't there, I don't know, but, anyway, apparently it was dangerously close. So, just be careful in the parking lots.
You know,
If you guys haven't turned in your,
Kara, those people in cars don't realize how good we can see. I
Yeah.
mean, we can get really close, and we might have been close,
yeah,
but
Hey, Steve.
you can see
yeah,
out of that bus.
trust me, I've watched you guys in the parking lots
Yeah.
before, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I don't know why I doubt it, it's just,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, I thought, well, you know, I
No.
can see where something went.
I've been on the verge of a stroke before, so, but you guys handle it. I don't know how you do it. I don't have a CDL for a reason, because I probably shouldn't handle it very well. If you haven't turned in your evacuations for this semester, your time is running out. Your handbook, you know that last, when you guys got handbooks the last time? And any other, you know, you guys are doing awesome at turning in your pre-trips, and all that mileage and all that stuff, so just keep on bringing them. I was gonna tell you guys, I did, now that we do these every month, I was gonna give you September, like how much we drove in September. So our route miles for regular, so our regular buses drove 12,439 miles on routes.
Just on that. Wow.
The WSU Tech kids, which is Steve, and it was Liz at the time, drove 5,764 miles. And Sped drove 5,931. That's just routes.
In 1 month?
In 1 month. Okay, activity miles for September, our buses drove 5,741 miles. And our Suburbans and vans, which, so, like sometimes if it's a small group and they don't wanna take a bus, they'll just get a Suburban from the high schools and go. So all those Suburbans and our 10-passenger vans drove 2,181 miles. So all together in September, you guys drove 32,171 miles.
Wow. Good grief.
And that was September, that was before things really got crazy, so I'm interested to see what October looks like. So, I just wanted to give you guys that, because I know you've never got that before.
No.
No, we haven't.
It's
It's
kind of
interesting.
eye-opening when you look at how many miles you guys
Yeah.
drive.
Well, I think that's one of the things that the board members ought to get a hold of too, and even, you know, you let all the patrons in the district do too, because
Yeah.
sometimes they don't feel like, you know, that we do anything.
Right. Sit in your buses, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and eat,
Yeah.
have meetings and eat. All right, so the weather, we've already kind of touched on the weather. It's supposed to get really cold tonight and tomorrow, and then, like, they said at least like through Thanksgiving. Like lows in the 20s, low 20s. So if you aren't plugged in, you might wanna think about that. FD, I talked to FD today, asked him if he had anything, and he just said, if you need cords or timers, let him know, and he'll get you one.
Does the co-op, is there fuel?
And the co-op, I asked him that too, and the co-op is,
They've already got it in.
yes,
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Talked about that.
that's what he said. I just don't know what he said, what actually happens,
Okay, so.
what actually
Yeah.
has happened yet. That's just what FD told me. So if you need
On
any
the
of
other
those
co-op.
things, you need to let FD know, and he'll get them to you ASAP. I think he has some timers and stuff,
Where did you put yours?
so.
The high school.
So if it gets too cold, let's make sure we're plugging in. Our staff updates, we do have some new people in attendance, I don't know if you guys have all. John is back.
Yeah.
Today was his birthday back. So we're thankful for that. Kenny is thankful, Marty's thankful, Dan is thankful, Lynn is thankful.
I am
So.
Oh,
we're
come
glad to
on,
have
you
John
love my
back.
kids.
Bonnie Martin is here, she's in training. She's gonna help us out. Sandy Allen is hiding out back there in the back. She is, driving a sped route for us in the mornings. She picks up a little girl in Andale and brings her to Garden Plain, and then she works here all day,
Oh, that's a
so.
lazy bus.
I was grateful that she was stepped up, and offered to help out. Melissa Neely is hiding out back there in the back. She's also, she has passed her written CDL test and her endorsements and is scheduled to take her driving test.
Awesome.
Not
They won't schedule you until you hold your learner's permit for 2 weeks.
Yeah. 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Okay, so in 3 months,
Yeah.
Maybe by Christmas.
you know,
No.
so
Yeah,
we're
they have to
grateful to have,
Okay.
2 new people.
Well done. Yay.
So, they're getting there. I think that's all the new people, everyone else, you guys all. And then, any questions, concerns, problems?
Suzanne.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if it was you or the lady that came and talked to us at the very beginning of the year said that we had to point out before every activity, the emergency. So, like, tomorrow I drive the middle school boys basketball, and I will drive them every single week. So, I have to tell them every single time, or just tomorrow?
I would say, if you're driving them if you do it the first time,
Yeah.
And I don't.
That's what I
I
did.
would
I
That's
just
what we
did it the
did.
first
Yeah, that's what we
trip.
did with the football.
I
Yeah.
would say you're.
And
good.
volleyball.
And
We
volleyball,
just
yeah.
did it the very first.
Yeah, I would just make sure you do it the first time and.
I told him, I said, even when I did, I think I did a St. Mark's, and I said, if anybody asked you, we're ready to done it.
So, as long as you just
Why?
say, you know, make sure you know where your emergency exits are. If you have any questions, let me know. You know, fortunately with activities, you should have sponsors on the bus with you to assist. If you don't have sponsors on the bus,
We have
that's a
sponsors,
problem that we need to address. You are
We usually have
supposed to
sponsors. They don't want me to do anything.
Sponsors. And it is also their job to make sure that your bus is clean when they get off. So if your
Oh,
bus
that's
is
really
not
good.
clean, then you can let me know and I will call the ADs and say, I had this activity, the bus was not clean when they got off. So if they can't keep the bus clean, then it's a long walk.
That's
They
what our
have to go
t-shirt said.
somewhere else. So it's not your job to clean up their mess,
Thank you.
okay? So, and if they're not cleaning up, then you just let me know and we'll take care of it.
We broke in Mr. Holiday for all the way to Hayes, 2 days. He did a good job,
Good,
and he made sure the bus was clean.
good. I
It
think
was,
generally
yeah.
they do a good job, but occasionally you just get that one group that they just think they're in a hurry or that they don't need to clean up after themselves, but
Jeannie even gave me
you
a
need to make
quarter.
sure those sponsors know that they're your people, you need to make sure they clean the bus. So, that's not your job. Okay? Any other questions, concerns?
Thank you for
Notice
dinner.
I didn't ask for criticisms.
I have a question.
Yeah.
My little guy that I pick up in the mornings, well, I've got two, but the little Bo, when he doesn't ride, he just goes half a day. Who picks him up and brings him home? I do. You do? Does she let you know when he doesn't go to school? Okay, all right. That's what I was worried about. Do
Does
I
she
need
let
to
you
contact-
know?
She does, she
Okay.
does. She's very good, so then I was hoping she was letting me know.
When did you figure out the Suburban thing too? Oh, you got that all, and you're good.
Yeah, I pick up and then Kim brings them home.
But what about the Suburbans that you're getting fueled and?
Oh, I talked to her about that,
Okay,
yeah, they're
got it.
not doing it,
Okay,
they're
just-
supposed to be, but
All
they're
right,
not.
got it. All right, just making sure you got it.
Cause I don't have any paperwork on them.
We ordered 2 new vans, to replace the rust bucket that Steve drives. I told Mindy, I said, I'm glad it runs, but it's not a very good representation of us when it's going into Wichita every day. So, Steve, if you're like totally attached to that emotionally, then, you know. But so we do have 2 new vans coming, so that'll give us 2 more nice vehicles, and we're gonna try to cycle out some of our old Suburbans. So, and hopefully maybe after Christmas, maybe we can order a couple more. This was our year for Suburbans vans, because we don't need taking a year off from buying a bus. So we're trying to alternate, so you guys know, 1 year we'll do Suburbans vans, the next year a bus, or 2. That might be a little overly optimistic, but, so we're trying to get in that cycle so we have a constant stream of new vehicles. So, hopefully we'll have a couple more extra Suburbans to drive if we need them.
Did you get another first aid kit? That, I made a note on it, oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue, you know the other one?
Crisis?
The
fluid?
Yeah. Did you order, do we have any more?
You have to ask FD. FD has those. I hope he does. I don't have any in mind.
He does.
So,
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
FD takes care of all that. So I think that's it, other than I do have a video. You guys don't like it.
What era is this one set in?
I'm just gonna
Was I
tell you,
born yet?
it's Bob Newhart.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, I
my.
definitely wasn't.
Let's see.
That's new.
Guys, I can't do those boring training videos. That's just not how I roll with you guys.
Nobody wants
And YouTube has just so many good things.
I like them.
I think it's funny, Bob Newhart on bus driver training.
I think it is funny.
If you guys need anything else to eat, go for it. Well, just kidding.
I guess we're sleeping, huh?
Is it pretend like Bob Newhart, we can already?
Yep.
That's pretty funny.
I don't think that'll work either.
Whoa.
Well, that put him back to sleep. There you go. That's what you needed.
No, it's not. Gosh dang it.
You need it on the table.
Well, I mean, it might be important.
Thank you.
Well, I thought I wasn't prepared.
Is the sound on the computer?
No. It's gonna work.
Try this again.
I didn't know what they were.
So,
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
experience in comedy, that most good comedy comes out of your own personal experiences. And I grew up in Chicago, and the area of town I grew up in was at the end of the bus line, and the bus drivers would turn around and they'd head back downtown. So I had been watching bus drivers since I was like 5 or 6 years old, and became convinced very early there must be a school that all bus drivers attend, because they couldn't innately know these things that they're able to do. So I'd like to take you now to that school, and as we enter the course, we find the instructor talking to the student bus driver. Gentlemen, you have just completed what's known as a basic course in bus driving. We're going to present you here with actual situations you'll encounter while driving your buses. And it's primarily designed to find out whether you're going to be good bus drivers or possibly one of the great all-time bus drivers. Of course, when I say great all-time bus drivers, immediately comes to mind the name Larry Strickland. Probably the greatest bus driver of the 40s and then into the 50s. Neil Norlack, certainly the greatest left-handed bus driver we've ever seen. So what we're going to do, we're going to take one of the students, Johnson, yeah, you want to get in the bus, and Mrs. Selkirk, yeah, you want to get back to your marks. And we're going to present you with situations you'll very often encounter on your buses. All right, Johnson, you pull your bus in. All right, discharge your passengers. Now, out of the rearview mirror, you notice this old woman running for the bus. Yeah, you want to start running, Mrs. Selkirk? Let's see how Johnson handles this. You're pulling out much too fast, Johnson. Hold it. Yeah, she gave up halfway up from the block that time. Yeah. Now, what you want to do is just kind of gradually ease out, you know, and you're kind of always holding out the hope they can catch up with the bus. You know what I mean? Now, another thing you have to watch, a lot of these older women, they'll run at 3/4 speed, and then they'll put on a final burst and catch up with the bus. So, all right, Johnson, let's try another one. Graham, you want to try your hand the same problem? Yeah, you want to get back to your march, Mrs. Selkirk? Okay, same situation. You pull in, discharge your passenger. All right, you want to start running, Mrs. Selkirk? Let's see how Graham handles this. Did you see how he slammed the door right in her face that time? That's called your perfect pullout. And it wasn't part of the problem, Graham, but it shows you're thinking on your feet. You blocked 2 full lanes of traffic that time. Very good. Okay, Graham, yeah, Ms. Selkirk will try situation 13. Okay, yeah. Graham, we'll stay with you. You're doing very well. This happens very often. You're on your route. All of a sudden, a car pulls in front of you, and on the back is a sign, caution student driver learning to drive, something like that. All right. But yeah, Graham, you want to be driving? All right, Ms. Selkirk, you want to pull in front of him? Let's see how Graham handles this. Excellent. Excellent. He got back, I guess about 10, 15 car lengths. Got it up to around 60. And then when he's right on top of her bend, he comes down on his brakes. And then hit the horn with his elbow. Did you notice how the car just kind of swerved out of control? When she go for the floorboard? Oh, very good, Graham. All right, yeah, Mr. Selkirk, you want to extricate yourself? Well, just crawl out the window. I think that's going to be a lot faster. Yeah. Okay, now this is a situation, and this will be our final situation. You're the woman getting on the bus with the packages. And I'm going to have to help you with this because it requires a lot of practice, but believe me, it's worth it. So, all right, get on the bus, that's the way. Got a bunch of packages, now fumble for your change. Very good. All right, now start heading toward the back of the bus. Hit your accelerator. All right. Now you brake, hit your accelerator again. Brake again. You see how it kept her spinning in the aisle there? Now, the first couple times you try that, you may hit your brake a little too soon. You may hit the accelerator a little too soon. But I guarantee you, within 5 or 6 months, you should be able to keep a woman spinning in the aisle for an indefinite amount of time. You want to get in your individual buses, and just remember, accelerator brake. Tomorrow, we will study the mispronunciation of street names, okay? Thank you very much.
I got 30 more kids besides my work. Here we are, operating basement, the best of best event.
You know, a lady with packages, a kid with cupcakes. So that was your safety video.
What not to do, right? Oh, you mean we could?
So that's all I have. Anybody else have any questions or anything? Concerns?
Thank you for reading us.